I don't know if you guys know this, but this is kind of a tech channel. Over the years, I have moved and changed my setup many times. That's like a laptop as a stream PC on top of like a file cabinet. It was bad. Each time I've moved, I've learned how to improve, hide the wires, make it more efficient, more powerful, not as disgusting. I've moved like 15 times. Every time I finish my setup, I move. I've watched so many setup tours that I can tell you what the color blue smells like. And in my opinion, some of even the biggest YouTubers have some fundamental flaws with their setups. So I have combined all of this setup knowledge into one video to provide you with information in my most serious video ever, where I don't make any fart jokes. No jokes about farts this time.
And as you might have guessed, this is all sponsored by Micro Center, who you probably know for computer parts and electronics, but now they are going deep on creator gear.
Oh, the antivirus aisle.
They are massively expanding their selection of production equipment like lighting, cameras, microphones, and as a dude who just genuinely likes to shop for stuff like that, this is exciting for me. And I talked to some of the guys that worked on this, man. They worked hard on making sure there's a huge selection of all kinds of creator gear. So focus up, get serious.
Absolutely zero fart jokes. The goal of this video is to build a PC that benchmarks first place, and for me, for like first place in the world.
Comment if you think we get it.
The setup itself also has to be aesthetically pleasing, functional. I'm gonna show you some things that like no one does. I'm talking lighting, microphones, cameras, everything. We're doing a full creator slash streamer giveaway in this video, so watch till the end. Don't get scammed in the comments. They will not be in the comments section, and you will not have to pay for shipping. Actually, everything you're seeing, everything this is being shot on is from Micro Center. So I'm shooting this whole video with stuff from this aisle, like the whole aisle. Now you might remember I did build what I call the world's cleanest gaming setup, but it missed a lot of stuff that I actually use in my setup. Production stuff, studio stuff. Condenser mic would be great, but I'm also shooting with a shotgun mic, probably. While we're building all this, I've got some very serious questions to answer from you guys that I've just had, I've neglected y'all, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do you do with all the parts you get from Micro Center videos?
I'll flush them down the toilet, dude. Quit emailing me. Actually, throughout this video, I will show you what happens to most of those parts. Starting with yesterday, I built a 64 gigabyte giant network attached storage using 16 terabyte Toshiba Pro drives, all from Micro Center. And it actually used the motherboard and CPU from the original fridge PC, the test bench. But it wasn't just to have like a ton of storage and back up all my stuff. The thing is, I've just been connecting giant hard drives to Windows. I don't know if you've ever done that. I don't know if you've got 30 terabytes on Windows. It freaks out Windows. Like Windows Explorer loads really, really slow. And I promise you, that has postponed videos, like the amount of times I've had to wait for Windows Explorer. So that's gonna solve that issue. I also put in an Asus 10 gigabit Ethernet PCI adapter thingy so we can get to it really fast. Just really smooth out things a big time. Best setup, very smooth, very efficient. And it's in the attic, so you can't see it. You should not be able to see network attached storage, ever. Oh, and a TP-Link 10 gigabit switch. My current PC that I use for like gaming, editing, everything is actually the PC that turns heat into electricity. It's kind of looking pretty gross because it was just like, oh man, I need a PC because the one I was using, well, it leaked. Probably my fault. The water block leaked and 3090 died. The motherboard died. Rest in Peaked in high school. We're essentially taking everything from that PC I'm currently using and upgrading every part of it to the latest and fastest piece of it, all courtesy of Micro Center's PC Builder tool, which is very good for checking compatibility. Also, they got a huge holiday sale. Huge holiday sale. Merry Christmas, Mr. Homer. And we're using DDR5, 6,000 megahertz CL30, 128 gigabytes because we sometimes, with this, I mean, straight up, this video is gonna be edited in 8K because that's how I record stuff. So, is that the good stuff?
I believe so.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, thank you, sir.
Anyone who's like, you don't need 128 gigabytes, dude, go play Fortnite.
We are mix matching the RAM though, because some of it's only 5600. Cloned the boot drive from the other PC I use, so basically all my presets, Premiere Pro, everything will already be installed and ready to go. I'll just have to install the new drivers for this one. And so, well, what am I gonna do with that PC? Well, that PC is actually going to be used to train an AI anti-cheat called Waldo, which everyone is asking about. Still working on it. And then also will be used as like a backup recording. That's what that PC is doing right now, doing the backup recording. I don't know if you noticed in my last video, but it actually was kind of in Beans quality. And I AI upscaled it even. Basically, my recording died. I had to download the stream and then use that to edit, which I don't like. I like it to be nice and crispy. Why do you look like the bottom of a foot? Why you look like the fish version of Will Smith?
Number one tip for someone who wants to be a YouTuber.
So jokes aside, I'm convinced anyone can be a YouTuber, and you should be a YouTuber. I think there needs to be more YouTube videos to watch, and I think that also means that the people that are YouTubers would mean they have to make better videos, which is good for everybody that likes to watch videos, which is you and me. So everyone has a skill of some sort. Like, you've got a skill that other people want to have. It's just like, I know you do, of something. So my number one tip for like starting out a YouTube channel, or if you already have one and you're trying to grow it, you can't seem to figure it out, is share that information with other people. You're trying to be like a goofy gamer dude and you get 3 views and they're all from you refreshing the page. It's because no one really has a reason to come watch, even if you are really funny. So if you like fix their garage door opener or something, maybe they watch that. So make how-to videos, because people search for those all the time, and that's how you can grow your audience. That's what I did. I taught you how to play Rainbow Six Siege. But also that still took like 9 months. So, you know, if you're gonna skip college and try to be a YouTuber, it still takes a lot of work, just like anything else that you want to work. It takes a lot of time and it can be discouraging. Nice. Yo, we taking a break, baby? I read most of them, not all of them. Say something mean. I dare you. Say something mean, man. You think what do you think I look like? Oh, I actually got some chicken juice on the table.
We're putting in an Intel 13900K.
Straight up, that's just the fastest editing CPU right now. The iGPU in it can work with Premiere Pro. It's called Quick Sync. Basically, the playback in Premiere Pro is way better on Intel CPUs. But this, I overlooked the value of a fast SSD for so long, dude. Just know that it matters. And we're using, dude, the brand new Samsung 990 Pro. Dude, these are the fastest. Straight up, the experts at Micro Center actually, you know, they knew more than me. I was like, what?
1.2 million IOPS instead of a million IOPS.
You're gonna have to explain IOPS to me?
Yeah, it's
Look at that dusty radiator. Actually, this one came out of the PC. I dropped it. Sounds like I'm really irresponsible and I break a lot of stuff, but
2 custom cooling loops in there. It was insane. Like the best PC I ever had. Dropped it. Sounded like a car crash.
Were you ever actually homeless?
there was a point when I was actually living in a storage unit. I've talked about it before on the channel, but I was living in a storage unit. I was basically homeless. But also it's related to my faith, which I've talked about on the channel too, but I am gonna make an unlisted video and link it. If you wanna hear about it, you can click the link in the description, watch the whole unlisted video. Okay, so this is gonna be the cooling, and this will be the reservoir. This has a pump in it. And this motherboard, by the way, tons of PCI lanes. Everybody sleeps on PCI lanes, dude. They're like, oh, Z790 just gives you more PCI lanes. That's what I needed. Because right now, this is all encoding the whole thing at 8K 30. Basically, it's 4K sources. See what I mean?
It can't do 8K 60 and the 8K 30 doesn't look as good as it could.
And it's because my capture card needs more PCI lanes before it can do 4K 60. And then on top of that, the graphics card in this one, the 3090 Ti, can't encode 8K 60, but the one that we're putting in this one can.
How much do you cut out of videos?
So the toilet PC was like 100 hours, and the video was like not that long. Yikes. So about that much, like 99.8% is cut out, except this video, I'm doing a little different. Just like a more of a chill vibes. Also win Dark Web Part 2. I got that recorded soon, but it's gonna take a couple weeks to edit that one. It's gonna be tough, Upload. What's your favorite video you've created and why? So a lot of times I make a video and I'm like, dude, this is my best video. This is the best video I've ever made. Except for a few of them, I've had a couple regrets. Most of them Siege videos. That's what I'm talking about, dude. These fans are the friggin' best. Now, if I had to pick a video, I would pick the Power Glove one. Played Rainbow Six Siege with the Power Glove, because that was like, got me way out of my comfort zone. It was super awkward, but then primarily the memories just with like my buddies that were there are really good. And like I said, I don't delete anything, so it's really weird to go back and look at all this footage, like the stuff that got cut out, which is like hours and hours of footage of just like moments. That moment is there for me to see and like vividly remember, because I can see it so clearly. And it's strange because like not a lot of people have that opportunity to go back and see so vividly all these recorded moments that were so memorable of like doing whatever it was they're doing, growing into where they are now.
Favorite flavor of deodorant?
Blue.
Where did you learn to code?
Bro, I didn't. I watch YouTube videos on Python, JavaScript eludes me. C++ is something, and I'm like 80% certain I can relate to a meme about programming on Reddit. All right, so I was gonna wear like the same clothes, it's been a couple days, so I flipped the breaker, run an extension cord from the bathroom which is on a different circuit. Nice. Well, that's now a closed loop. So this is the MSI Supreme GeForce 4090 24 gigabytes DDR RAM, big one. That was in the, what PC was it? It was in the Cooker PC. 4090, fastest as it gets, but here's the thing. I'm also putting in an Intel Arc A770, and I see no one doing this. Oh, sick. But the thing is, in a driver update at some point, and maybe they've already done it, the Intel CPU with this will have hyper encoding. Sounds like it's just encoding really fast. So we're gonna put one of these in there too, and we've got the PCI lanes for it, so it's gonna work out.
Why is your forehead the majority of your face?
How'd you like to be dead? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. How'd you like to be dead?
Your content feels more corporate than it used to. How has having a larger audience affected your content?
Oh, that's crazy. When I burped, the cable management did itself. So I started YouTube because I was slightly above average at Rainbow Six Siege, and my buddies talked me into it. They were like, hey, just start uploading clips. But it is interesting to me, like how the size of a channel affects the content. If some dude has like 500 subs and he gets a giggle out of me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I subscribe to this weird dude and see what happens. But then if that same guy on that same video was still in that same 720p and looked like trash and he had like 1.5 million subs, I'd be like, what's going on? Like, why? So like the size of channels do somehow affect our like expectations of that channel. And so I think knowing that, it has affected it a little bit, but then also my own expectations of the content, because I start noticing more and more as I get, you know, as I make more videos, I start to notice more and more, and then I have to meet my own expectations of those things. So I think realistically, it's like a natural growth with any channel, just like anyone grows as a person, I think. And I think too often we look back and we think like that was better. That way back, that was better, but it really wasn't. I mean, it wasn't worse, it was just different, and different in a good way. Nostalgia is really dangerous though, because it tricks you into coveting the past and wanting to go back instead of applying what you've learned and going forward.
Hello and welcome to my first ever episode of Community Control.
It's not that you don't ever look back at all though. It's like, I've had to learn myself too, that it's okay to look back and just enjoy those memories and the things that happened instead of trying to replicate them. It makes me think like, why do we all build a dedicated handheld system to put 50 emulators on and all the games we used to play? Like we all do that. We all want to do that. It's like the same thing. You've grown out of the games, man. They're not going to feel the same. And that's okay. It's a little sad sometimes, but it's okay. Just look at the memories and enjoy that they happen.
You yeeted me. Thanks for watching.
Anyway, PC's done.
Benchmarking time.
So while the benchmark runs to see if we met our goal of fastest editing PC, let me show you my setup. But don't forget, you probably have just enough time to get someone a gift at Micro Center before the end of the holidays. And if there's not one in your area, just have some fun picking out parts in their new streamer setup builder tool or PC builder tool. Make a wish list or something. It's fun. I do it. And if you want to improve your setup or want to have a creator setup at all, Micro Center is spreading the holiday cheer and provided me with the creator gear of my choice to give away on Twitter, not in the comment section. A Canon M50 Mark II camera with an Elgato cam link, along with an Elgato key light and an RGB HyperX Quadcast USB microphone. I'm giving it away on my Twitter. Check the description for details. And the next time you're shopping for anything production-wise, check out Micro Center. And with that being said, here's the perfect setup. Every setup I've ever seen is littered with wires. So everything I have is wall mounted with the wires running through the walls. On the right, I have a Samsung 49-inch ultrawide, which is not overkill as a second monitor. It's actually very useful to have an ultrawide. And on the left is 138 Hz 48-inch 4K OLED LG Ultra Gear. It's the best monitor I've ever had. And they didn't pay me to say that. Now, a YouTuber studio also has cameras connected to a capture card, which is usually like a tripod and 3 or 4 cables, but no. I've also run those wires through the walls, so they're hidden, and the capture card is built into the computer instead of connected via USB. Also now, every camera I own is on one of these little 360-degree mounts, so I can hot swap cameras between any of the tripods or wall mounts that I use. The light is ceiling mounted. Because desk mounted things wobble, I lean on the desk all the time, and so I just kind of, it's like a pet peeve. I can't stand things wobbling. My network attached storage, networking, second PC, and big uninterruptible power supply are all in the attic.
Hey, I know it doesn't look good, but as long as you can't see it, it's fine.
Now, if I need access to them, I ran through the ground and the walls an entire I/O to my desk, where I have USB-C power delivery, HDMI, 2 USB Type-A power adapters. This is where I plug in my headphones because wireless is trash. 2 full 120 volt plugs for like if I'm running a test bench, or like this PC I just built, I plugged it in right here. Oh, and my mic is XLR, so it runs through the desk and then through the ground to a mixer in the attic, so everything is hidden, and a wireless charger is built into the desk.
Pizza, come here. Pizza, inside the food is ready. Pizza.
Third.
We got third place.
Clearly there's a little bit of tweaking that needs to be done, so I'd say for now, our goal has to stay on pause.
So what do you think? Is this the perfect setup, or did I miss something? Are you about to comment something really mean? Go ahead, man. See if I intro the next video weeping with tears. Go ahead, try it, man. See if you can make me